Oh, so it's been, we can talk about the finale of Survivor Australia versus the world. If spoilers, you should know it by now. Anyway, first of all, let's talk about the hair. This is me between my braid session, and this is what I call my Donna Summer look because I work hard for the money because I have to have a job because I don't win reality shows. I have to work. So, or do you get the Coming to America? This is your soul. Anyway, all right, I digress. So anyway, great season altogether. I just want to say this. Parvati, one of the greatest ever to play the game of Survivor. Hands down, the best. Like, it was flawless, you guys, everything she did. I thought it was amazing. One thing I always think about Survivor, outwit, outlast, outplay. And I think a lot of times players who do play these games think that means outlie. And in this season in particular, there were... I don't believe there were people lying so much. I think kind of, but I think it was, the currency was built different on, there were exchanges made to build trust. And I worked for a company once, and I had a senior director who's a big fan of Survivor. And I remember he said he would love to play Survivor. And I said, oh, why are you gonna lie a lot? He goes, no. I think it's important to build relationships. And that's key to winning a game like that. And it was very eye-opening for me when he said that. And I listened closely. And I said, he is right. It is about building relationships and trust. And what I liked about this season altogether is they did a lot of, the currency was, I'll give you this if you can give me that. And it was, that scene when it got down to those final four, which these are two people who picked their person, that where they felt like, hey, this is my person and this is who I'm going to ride with no matter what. And that was the narrative watching this season. And I remember Luke at that moment when he gave Janine the immunity idol, he said, I'll give this to you if you can promise me you let me get to fire. And I was worried. I thought she was going to stab him in the back, and she didn't. And it was very, very amazing to watch. And even the scene with Parvati when she had that special award with Luke, he said, if you tear up that parchment, then I know I have your trust. And that was the currency in the season, was building that trust. And I just loved it. And when the trust was broken, or they felt that you did anything to violate that trust, you were done. I mean, look at Kirby and Sarah, or anything. And there's something that Sarah said to Janine at the final four, which cracks me up, but I'll get to that later. But anyway, the other thing I loved about this season is I loved the women. They were ready to play. And they were just natural born strategists. They pivot when they had to. It was just great to watch. When you think about reality shows in general, in the beginning of time, when reality was first getting started with gamers and stuff like that, women had to be like the girl next door or the innocent one. They could not be deemed anything but that. And oftentimes, a lot of winners were crowned based on who they were sitting next to. It was almost like, we're voting against you. We're voting against this person because they're a bad person, and we're picking you because you're the nice person. You had to be the girl next door. I'm not saying taking away from any champions or anything like that. I think they played the perfect game to win the game on their particular season. My point is, the optics have changed immensely for women. I think women players now in reality shows are not only coming in to be these fierce competitors in competitions. Chelsea, like I said, captured all that. Comp beast, strategist, and very social game was on par. But what I'm saying is, women now don't have to be that sex kitten, that girl next door. They can come in the game and it's like, hey, let me break it down to you. This is what I did. And I love to see jurors looking at that and give them the respect that they deserve. And I kudos to those women champions that have portrayed that. And Parvati did all that in a bag of chips, and it was impressive to watch. Also on this season, it's it was unique because I said, you know, it's about building relationships, and to see Suri and her almost get there was just that fire challenge, you guys. I couldn't breathe. And I'm not talking about, you know, when I was on Traders doing that stupid acting that I was doing. I'm talking about I couldn't breathe. It was just hard to watch. And even the look of anguish that Parvati had, and how when Suri left, and I think even Parvati said, I feel like I'm empty. And I don't think people understand how it means or how it feels to have that ride or die. And, you know, when people think about me on my original season, as much as you guys paint me as the villain, I was loyal. I was loyal to a fault. I wanted to take Jason to the final two. I knew I couldn't win. No one could beat Jason, but I didn't care. And I think you see that in a lot of other reality shows. I think you saw that with Chelsea and Mackenzie. You saw that with Kobe and Tina. You saw that with Derek and Kobe. There's something that clicks where the games it's blur. And all you are so focused is, hey, this person has, you know, people call it trauma bonding, but this person has been with me through the thick and thin, through this game. And no matter what, I am dragging them, I am bringing them to the end, because if I have them next to me, I feel like this was worth it. Even though at times it will cost people the game. And we just don't care. And you guys don't get it. I know as fans watch shows and they go, oh, that was stupid, but they just don't get it. It's like, it's a bond that you just can't compete in, or it's amazing to watch. And when Suri and Parvati get back together, they are soul sisters, where you see those two have a bond that is just, it's beautiful to watch. And when Suri read that vote for her, as I'm choking because I'm getting emotional again, yes, I have feelings. She said, I vote this because you are, not because I love you, because you are the greatest to ever play. And so to me, that was just amazing. And I hope to see them play together again sometime again. I don't know if Parvati will ever, people won't take her out so soon in the game, because she's just so masterful to watch. And Parvati winning that game, not only being physically fit, winning competitions, being a strategist, being an ultimate threat, but still maneuvering in such a way that it was a flawless game, actually perfect. And Janine thought she did a flawless game. So let's talk about the Janine thing. So, you know, when you watch those videos, when they go, something happens, they go, and this is when such and such realized they effed up. When Sarah asked Janine that question, and she goes, but not then though. And Janine goes, but blah, blah, blah. You're supposed to be a master speaker, but not then though. And I was like, and this is when Janine realized she effed up. Like, you ain't gonna win no game. So it was pretty funny to watch. That makes me, I chuckled at that. It was pretty funny. You know, I do love, as a fan, I do laugh a lot when some players look stupid. It was so funny. Anyway, again, I think watching this series was just so good to watch. And I like the fact that they never give up, even during the tribal councils. They were just still playing all the way to the end. It was just amazing to watch. It gave me an itch. It did give me an itch to play a game again. And even when I'm watching, well, we don't want to talk about what happened in Big Brother, because I know it's a sensitive subject, but even watching Rachel play this season, it does stir something in you when you're like, I want to play again, just a little bit. But we'll see. Anyway, let me go. Madonna Summer, she won't come for no money. Anyway, Parvati, you're amazing. And you are a true queen of reality TV. And I am so impressed. And Suri, I love you so much. I just need you to win. Jeff, please call her back. Oh, she's in 50. Oh, maybe in 50. I don't know. I just got to keep hope alive. But Suri's my spirit cousin. I call her my spirit cousin, because I think her and I have similar ways on how we, anyway, let's need to hear that. All right, bye.